Oh, no.
For 6 decades, viewers have been gripped by the tales of life on the award-winning Coronation Street.
Oh, hello.
I was the one who wanted to deal like... Oh!
But when you're making 6 episodes a week for 52 weeks of the year, it can't always be perfect.
No.
Tonight, the cast spill the beans, tea, and everything else about unseen moments, from forgotten lines
The bleach!
to names,
She's not responding, her name's Jane. It's not Jane, is it?
not to mention a few prop malfunctions. They'll also reveal the biggest jokers on set.
Your kids. I do have a habit of trying to make people laugh on purpose.
It's not fair.
I know what? World.
He sat there telling me where I'm going wrong.
Welcome to Coronation Street Soapy Slip-Ups.
That's the best clip I've ever seen.
We knocked off early. I'm just going to jump in the pub. In the pub.
I was going to jump in the pub.
A man who is capable of explaining... No, you see, I'm much better in the morning.
Let's start with the basics. A big part of any actor's job is learning lines.
The worst when you're gonna fluff, actually, is if it's a massive scene. Are you seriously gonna blame her for if he gets attacked and does something? And you forget and you corpse and everybody thinks you're a...
Forgetting them occasionally is an occupational hazard.
The bleach! I read an article about an alky... The bleach! I read an article about an alky who used to... The bleach!
Oh, no. And he's meant to be the big baddie as well.
Unintentional tongue twisters can also be a challenge. So, Jane, the words are industrial tribunal.
Nick, stupid point scoring isn't going to...
Oh, hello. Industrial Tribunal.
I remember that scene so well, because I had to say industrial... I still can't say it.
Well, you were the one who wanted to turn this into a war. I was the one who wanted to deal like... Oh!
And in my head, I was thinking, oh, no, it's coming. The words industrial tribunal are coming. But I was talking really quickly. And when I get nervous, I talk even faster.
You still here?
Yeah. And you better make the most of it. No, that's not right. I just made it up.
And you better get used to it, because you try sacking me and I'll have you in front of an industrial tribunal quicker than you can say unfair dismissal.
You just want me to go quiet. I had one line at the end, and she got all the way through it, and I made a mistake. I still remember that, actually. She looked at me like, please, don't make me do it again.
Oh, I'm panicking just watching that. It's making me go all hot.
For any actor, corpsing is a professional nightmare, which presents a problem especially on Coronation Street, where the writers do love the occasional double entendre.
Some scriptwriters, every other line, you can't really work out how to say without it sounding rude.
Look, I've got a spare key here, so if ever there's another emergency, then you could just let yourself in. You don't want to be kicking me back door in every 5 minutes, do you?
Thank you, but that is not enough.
But that's very funny.
How are you meant to say that and not laugh?
And you can see she knows it's coming,
You don't want to be kicking me back door in every 5 minutes, do you?
Thank you, but that is not enough.
David's bad. David can give you a real twinkle in his eye. He can look like Roy, but behind it, his eyes are just kick you back doors in.
But then once one person's gone, he probably heard us giggling at the back of him. I'm proper gone.
I didn't even know what they were laughing at. I didn't get that. No.
I'm the fresh blood around here. Maybe we can stretch to a biscuit. It's always nice to have a little dunk in the afternoon.
There's many lines where, like, somebody's having a bet down the pub here. I bet you can't get such and such to say this.
Maybe we can stretch to a biscuit. Maybe we can stretch to a biscuit.
Sometimes it's very close to the knuckle. I had a line to Adam and I had to say, yeah, it's a shame that customer at the taxi rank because she had big tips. And everybody's like, what did he just say?
Maybe we can stretch to a biscuit. I'm so sorry.
We've all done it, we've all giggled.
But sometimes it's uncontrollable.
We're really not allowed to.
There was one time where I started laughing so much that they just said, right, forget it, we're having a tea break. In the silent studio, and I went, OK, sorry.
Sometimes when you're in front of camera and in front of a crew, you can get the giggles about the smallest, you know, stupidest things.
But when that kettle's boiled, I want a big mug of tea, right? I do not want any of your incy-wincy little China jobs. And a custard...
Alan's gone. Alan's head's fallen off.
And a custard... custard...
Not yet. Give me one.
All right.
Sorry.
Alan Housel is a young protege who's coming up through the ranks, and I'm teaching him well.
And a custard...
There's time for him yet to learn his craft.
Cut there, thank you. May as well start again, shoot the whole scene again.
They are an amorous bunch in Weatherfield, from Ken kissing in the 60s to Steve puckering up in the noughties. Lips have been locked in passion for 60 years here, but sadly, not everyone can be a Coronation Street Casanova.
Whoa, 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 whoa! What's all this?
Well, I'm so sorry.
Whereas some actors
Action!
really embrace the romantic scenes.
Oh, sorry.
It feels like we've just walked in on a moment there.
I've got some lines, haven't I?
Coronation Street enjoys occasional star cameos, including in 2017 comedian Jim Moyer. In this scene, the crew decided the joke should be on Jim.
Moira, best beloved, come to Stoke-on-Trent.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow, he's really going at it. This is brilliant because this is where the crew managed to get their own back. The director clearly knows they would have cut way before this, but they just leave them to it.
Stop, Jim!
How long's this scene? And cut. I think everyone was enjoying that a bit too much.
If you ask the cast who's responsible for most of the on-set mischief, one name crops up.
Simon is a little cheekster when it comes to making people laugh.
So, is Becky's sister the son of Gail an item, then?
I've done a scene like that before in The Rovers, me and Paula Lane. I think it was one of our first days working together. We had to be snogging throughout a scene. No words, just snogging from action until cut.
Oh, it's like watching a snake trying to swallow its own tail.
Simon kept on screwing his line up on purpose.
Listen, I've got to nip out for a bit.
Just kept going again and again and again.
Listen, I've got to nip out for a bit.
He's terrible for it. If you give Simon an inch, he'll take a mile in every scene.
Listen, I've got to nip out for a bit. You all right holding the fort?
I do have a habit of trying to make people laugh on purpose for my own sick pleasure.
Awful human being.
Simon may well laugh, but Jack isn't alone in thinking that Mr. Gregson can be a bit of a bad influence on set.
Oh, really?
If I'm working with Simon Gregson, you can forget it.
The last thing I need is you cozying up to the Newton and Ridley lot at this launch.
Most scenes I can't look at him. I can't even look at him because I start laughing.
Oh, Peter. Can we go?
If I'm with Gregson, that's really bad. So in the Beast Show, I don't think I should be saying this. In the Beast Show, if we're doing a scene, I have to put a cocktail stick in my hand because if he walks in to order a drink, he'll pull a face and I laugh. And I have to bury the cocktail stick into my hand to stop laughing. And it's every scene. And at the end of the day, I've got this kind of bleeding hand.
Look!
And often as well, if he's not quite sure on what the line is, he'll just plough on and make it up.
But your website says that you're really, really good. But it would do, wouldn't it? Because, you know, it's like...
Oh, Steve.
But the thing is, I have no idea what I'm saying.
He loses his way very often, but he also makes others do it all the time.
It's the 21st century.
Actors know the lines in the 21st. These two are terrible together and wind each other up, go off script, just to trip each other up.
I couldn't let Liz babysit someone else's kid. Your kid. Your kid. Team McDonald's. Remember?
Blatantly laughing in his face.
I can't let Liz babysit someone else's kid. Your kid. Your kid.
What's he doing? Where's he put his finger on his lips? I don't even know if he does it on purpose half the time.
It's not fair. He needs the cocktail stick in the hand. If he had the cocktail stick in the hand, it'd be fine.
Well, cool.
More Coronation Street soapy slip-ups like this one just around the corner.
You know, you don't have to belittle her.
No, Owen, you don't have to belittle me. You know, I need the money. I need the job. No, I need the job. No, we need the job.
We both.
We need the money, Liz.
We both need you.
We need the money. Shut up, Owen.
You belittled her, not me.
Roger, it's Aggie.
Who's Roger?
Actors often say how viewers can mistake them for the characters they play. It's not just the viewers who get confused.
Names are a nightmare.
It's when they're of a similar length, like Bill and Ken.
Or in the green room, there's the worst one.
Or Bev and Liz.
Yeah, I'll have a cup of tea, Kev. I mean, Michael.
Because it's Kev and Mike. Everybody does the same thing. Everybody has to think.
Ken, Bill, sorry.
I gave you an alibi and you tried dropping Carla in it.
Oh, come on, Peter. She dropped herself in it. I mean, she was...
Peter.
That's your brother, love. It was going so well, I've just lost it completely.
Yeah, that happens quite a bit.
Especially if you've been working with that person just before and they're just in your mind.
Call an ambulance! Car crashes take so much time for what is on screen for maybe 10, 15 seconds. Oh. I was literally lay on the floor for probably 2 or 3 days. That floor was so cold. So you just want everybody to get the lines out.
I'm a doctor at Weather General. Have you got any idea where the ambulance is? On its way, 4 to 5 minutes. How are we doing? OK, she's not responding. Her name's Jane. It's not Jane, is it?
The actress's name is Jane. She's playing Leanne.
You had to remember that as well, didn't it?
James, who plays Ali, was really upset with himself, but we had a good laugh.
And while that duff line caused the scene to flatline, on Coronation Street, cars can also cause scenes to stall.
Come on, Max, fetch us that bag. Yeah!
Shut up and drive.
Where do you want to go?
Oh, here comes trouble, because David's been kidnapped by drug dealer Callum.
Come gunning for me again? Max or no Max, you're dead. Sean, who played Callum, couldn't drive, and it was meant to be his car. So, because he couldn't drive and didn't have a licence, they gave the car to Gareth, who played Macca. And poor Gareth was trying to look very cool, and he's like, yeah, go. He's trying to look hard, isn't he, obviously, and... failed. What was brilliant there is you could see all the actors really trying to keep a straight face.
That car had Kevin and Tyrone's garage written all over it.
From flash cars to fake cash.
This time next year, Rodney.
I'll take that.
It's the Yorkshireman in me.
For some actors, props are simply the last straw.
Ben is the worst at props. Don't all look at me, all right? He's the one who's been faking it, not me.
I don't use props, so I don't have prop disasters.
Give me it, Nick. Give me it here, now. So I always get the props.
these yours?
Last time I checked.
I think this was my first day. To be fair, this is probably the longest conversation we've had.
I get enough gushing at work. Yeah. Hi, how'd you like me now? It was perfect because I said gushing as the beer was gushing. I was trying to look cool as well.
And action. That's it. It's good, Mary. Dev's not really a gym bunny. Find the most inappropriate person to run a gym and give it to him.
Oh, I'm out of puff already.
Ah, nonsense. Listen, in a couple of weeks you're going to be fitter than me. Oh. That scene was that he gets on the cross train and gets it wrong. But my acting getting it wrong wasn't as good as my actual getting it wrong. Profanities come flying out. That's the thing, you see. If I would have held it together there, enough just to walk around and finish the scene, it would have been really good, but I didn't.
Just do it. Not the tea bags off.
Oh, that's a gem.
I wasn't there that day, was I?
Reset. Oh.
I didn't look happy at all. I was like, oh, you're having a laugh, aren't you? The person in the studio that's not laughing at that is the props guy. Because he's got to put it all back in the same order.
Coronation Street couldn't be made without the expert crew of almost 280 people.
Despite our myriad... Just, I beg your pardon, you're holding your hand up like that and I can't find it. I can't remember the lines.
How do you remember what you said to him?
It's all part of the fun, Kev.
Occasionally, the crew may unintentionally steal the limelight from the cast, like Mark from Props.
This is a take, you know.
He's just walked straight through shot.
Mark's face is an absolute picture there.
Oh, Mark.
Excuse me, Mark. Sorry to interrupt, but I think Michelle needs your expert help with a door.
See ya.
Because Coronation Street has a few issues with them.
I'm renowned for always slamming the door. So you slam it, the walls shake.
You never quite know, though, with sets, because they do move around. They often move different studios, and doors could go one way one week and another way the other week.
Get out! Oh, no.
Bless Sally, she still carried on, whereas Kate just turned round and laughed.
Is that Eileen's house? Now, I've been through that door, actually. That happened to me. It's very sticky, the carpet.
When the going gets sticky, the most consummate professionals can let slip the occasional naughty word.
Perhaps we should choose ourselves.
All that resentment don't go away just because she keeps washing it down.
I know.
Like brushing 2 ton of carpet. Oh.
Shall we move on, Gail?
Thank you.
And it seems that sort of thing runs in the family. Cover your ears. Here comes Nick.
We need some eggs. Wholesaler letters 4 dozen short down under the...
In front of Gail as well, I mean, come on.
They told me at that time, come in with a bit of energy, you're going to ask for some milk, some pasta, some rice. Immediately you forget all of it and swear. And then walk back out. That's my tactic. But Jimmy, he's just laughing at me. I'm sure he's just laughing at me.
And with Ben, when he does make a slip-up, he definitely doesn't want Jack P. Shepherd pointing it out.
It's about cunning, guile, fighting dirty, and in that situation, there's not a man in the world at back against you.
Man in the what?
World.
Sounding like world.
There's not a man in the world. I'll concentrate on my bit. You concentrate on doing your bit.
They were loving that. Really good at telling me about my accent, isn't he? Really good. He sat there with some wine telling me where I'm going wrong. It was silence for the first ever time. They were like, oh man, this is taken. Nick's gonna go mental.
That's the best clip I've ever seen.
Thank you, Julie. Should we go again?
If someone says a word that doesn't exist, you are going to pick them up on it.
No man in the world.
Since he first arrived on Coronation Street in 1960,
Evening!
one cast member, remarkably, has barely a blooper to his name.
He is Corrie.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you...
Ken!
Ken?
Well, my name's Ken. A good-looking young fella, isn't I?
His hair hasn't moved, still got the best head of hair in the business.
Yes, we can't leave without looking for a Bill Roach blooper.
That's an excellent idea.
So maybe it's his lines.
Absolutely not.
Bill never forgets a line.
Like ever.
He looks and goes, yep, yep, yep. And then just says it up perfect.
He's amazing.
OK, what about props?
He's cool and calm and in any situation, and he just kind of gets on with it.
Nothing phases him.
Not even a collapsing set?
There. See, it's not Bill. Look, Bill turns around, calm as a cucumber, just looks at the painting destroyed. Wasn't me.
He survived the tram crash. So much on the street, so something falling behind him. No worries.
Bill never gets it wrong. He's absolutely infallible.
Really, Alan?
So on cue, it's just...
Oh!
What was I saying?
Oh, his face!
I was warned about that.
I think that phased him a bit.
When things don't go according to plan, it's best to take William Roach and Ken's lead. Just keep calm and carry on.
For more soap drama, we're back in the Dales tomorrow night at 7 when Kane and Sam plot their revenge in Emmerdale. Next tonight, though, here on ITV, will Scotland Emma in it? We've more on the Weatherfield Cobbles in Coronation Street next.